Yo, I have been so busy lately, okay? I'm getting married like absurdly soon. I haven't been saying on the channel like the exact date because I don't want to like mesh those two worlds that much, but it's like, trust me when I say it's soon. But just because we're busy doesn't mean we can slack on the channel. The channel comes above all. Except for my wife. Okay, I gotta say that, we're getting married. But I thought I could take this opportunity to do a couple things that I've really been wanting to do. You may not know this, but there is an entire part of my wardrobe that I essentially never show on the channel ever. That's right, I have a whole rack, a whole couple racks, an entire category of clothing that I don't show on this channel. And that is like dress clothing. Blazers, trousers, suits, dress shirts, all of this stuff. And that's because I mostly use those things for work. You know what I mean? But I still try to look good while I do it. And I think there's a lot of stuff there that you guys would be really into seeing. I've got some of your favorite designers, your ERDs, your Saint Laurents, your Rick Owenses. But I do have a bit of an ulterior motive in showing this stuff. It's not just out of the goodness of my heart. It's because I made a promise to show y'all, all of you viewers of the channel, the jacket that I am wearing for my wedding when I get married, okay? Probably the most important part of the entire fit, and it is crazy. So I want to show off this kind of like unknown part of my wardrobe, show you what I've got, what I don't have, and why I had to look elsewhere to find the blazer of my dreams for my wedding day, my special day. So buckle in, I have dozens of amazing pieces to show you, culminating in, like I said, the most amazing, the weddingiest. This is probably the most garment-packed video I've ever made, but if there's one thing you're really gonna want to see, it is the exclusive videos that I post on my Patreon, only for patrons. You also get access to my super secret Discord. We've got a great community going there. I post stuff on Super Sale that I've featured on the channel here before. You can get shouted out in videos, like for instance, thank you to Henry K for being a $20 patron. If you want any of these perks, check out the Patreon, it's in the description. Okay, so this right here is the first rack we're gonna look at today. It's got all of my short sleeve button downs, my long sleeve button downs, a lot of like blazers, polos, cardigans, and oh god, no, you're not supposed to see this. These are just samples from my super secret brand that I'm starting. Nope, no, you're not supposed to see that, definitely not. All right, so the interesting thing about this rack, you may already be noticing like, ooh, what's that? It's not like as trendy as my kind of like streetwear, quote unquote, wardrobe, Because like I said, with definitely many exceptions, this stuff is mostly for my corporate day job, So it's not as much about being totally on top of the trends and more just having stuff that looks good day in and day out. So with that being said, let's look at maybe actually my least favorite part, which are the polos, just because I don't wear polos all that often. But if you're a polo person, here we go. We've got like Montclair polos, right? Oh god, this is gonna get me some haters. ALD, Aimé Leon d'Or. I've never known how to pronounce that. Listen, their stuff is just really, really good for a corporate setting. You know what I mean? Like a long sleeve rugby shirt is great. But if you're wearing ALD out on the streets, I will judge you. This one's awesome. I got this actually from my grandfather. This is a vintage Burberry Golf polo in this check pattern. It's not even like the Nova check. It's like a weirder tan check. I love it. Raf Fred Perry. I really like the kind of like duct tape thing. So weird. That's Palace. Whew, that's a blast from the past, okay? That's Noah. Again, great for like a professional setting. One of my favorite short sleeve polos, at least, is this Calvin Klein 205 West 39 NYC polo. It's super big, super oversized, again by Raf Simons. We got some Prada in purple. Why not? This is a striped Burberry, a couple more Montclairs. This one's wild. This one there is a video on my channel about. This is a Kiko Kostadinov piece. Really, really cool collar right here. A deep like U-neck. And then probably most interestingly is that down at the cuff and the hem is this ruffling. Really, really cool piece. Really weird, but really cool. This is Prada. This is a thermal, an ERD thermal. I have no idea where else to put that. If you want to know more about this one, there's a video on the channel. Then we get into long sleeves, which I like a lot more than the short sleeves. This one right here is actually Gucci. It's a knit merino wool long sleeve polo, but then like chain stitched across the back. Thanatos. It's really cool. Really, really cool. Look at the stitching on that. So dope. This one right here is L'Avant. And I will never not like this one because, all right, we've got a pocket there, very cool. It's a short sleeve polo, but it's got these layered, striped, like prison long sleeves that actually snap off, believe it or not. So you could just wear it like a polo, but with the sleeves, I think it looks great. This one, like ERD, eat your heart out, okay? So we've got like a layered cashmere Gucci sweater. I think this is the Tom Ford era, you know, but like very collegiate, deep V with this lighter green collar inside. This thing is so dope. Probably one of the most valuable pieces on this rack is right here. And this one is ERD, chain, boy. Check out my video on the channel for more on this one. And then we get into cardigans. I think I have shown most of these on the channel, at least if I'm feeling a little bit wacky, a little bit wild. We've got a Wacko Maria right here. Some older Margiela. It's like a very light charcoal cardigan here. This one is undercover, you know, like a Kurt Cobain grunge mohair sweater. This is probably my favorite cardigan. This one from Doublet, but it's got like a troll doll at the chest. Yep, that's real. And then this black Kimry one, which I actually featured in a semi-recent video. And I never know whether to call this like a button-down shirt or is it a short sleeve jacket, but it's got like the tattoo embroidery Balenciaga across the back. And then it's like this asymmetric thing at the neck. It's kind of like a work shirt in a way. This is a nostalgic one for me. This is a Reese Cooper chore jacket that I made. Reese Cooper sold kits with all the materials, the patches, the patterns, and I actually made this myself. Probably quite badly, as you can see, but then that's actually kind of impressive. Rick Owens weakling blazer with the long sleeves. We've shown this so many times. Wedding blazer. We're not looking at that yet. And then we've got a Balenciaga suit. Again, showcased in a recent video to some degree, but it's got like these script Balenciaga logos all in the pinstripes. Very nice. I love this one. This one is an early Demna Balenciaga piece, but you can see it's got like a button up here. So what you can do is way down here, you can button that right there and you get this cool like cowl, I don't know, shawl type of look on this double-breasted green plaid blazer. We got a couple weirdos here. I don't know why this is here. That's opening ceremony. Join my Discord if you want to buy this with the croc sleeves. This one's here because I had nowhere else to put it. This is the layered Balenciaga t-shirt. So it's a plaid flannel like button down and a t-shirt. This is just 2-in-1. You get both. And then maybe one of the coolest pieces in the rack, if you're a cool guy, you've got the ERD Geneva shirt with the stars at the collar, all of this like scribbly art throughout. Again, I've got a video on the channel about this one. All right, we've made it through the lower deck. Now we can move to the upper deck. We'll keep speeding along here. At the very far left is such a cool piece. This is again an early, I think 2017 Balenciaga piece by Demna, but it just looks like a normal like short sleeve striped button down, but it's actually like hyper cropped and elasticated at the waist, like Milkman vibes, you know? A crazy ERD piece. If you haven't seen this one on my channel, that means the video hasn't come out yet. Stay tuned. Again, not like a brand I'm crazy about. This is Burberry, but a really nice like safari military type of short sleeve button down. Satin diesel bowling shirt. This one actually gets more use than you would expect. This is a short sleeve Alexander McQueen button down with actually, it's a bunch of little skulls up in there. I love that guy. This one is a Paisley Pleasures shirt. It's actually got like Pleasures printed all down the side in like the Nirvana font. One of my favorite short sleeves is this My Bloody Valentine Supreme piece right here. It's like a rayon short sleeve, super nice, drapey, flowy with a crazy print here. Some Kenzo, whatever, Burberry. If anyone's interested in this crazy patchwork piece, hit me up. I'll sell it. I actually wear this silk Marc Jacobs piece all the time. It's all over checkerboard with this interesting like bleaching, fading effect. I actually really like for kind of dressier stuff, like, I don't know, business casual. Vince, one of my favorites. They do a great job with this type of thing. More ERD, video coming soon. Saint Laurent, Eddie Slimane. This one has the vampire print all over, also silk. GmbH. You've got like the hammers, crossed hammers here all over. That's really sick. Super underrated one, CDLP. I love all this white contrast stitching with this camp collar shirt. Super sick. This one, even though the tag's falling off, is actually Pierre Moss. It's an all black silk short sleeve button down. Pierre Moss I really couldn't care less about, but I do like a black silk button down. Hood by Air, I actually thrifted this one, new with tags, like made in Italy. It's like the good Hood by Air. I don't know, if anyone wants to buy it, hit me up. I guess I could be convinced to sell, but it's a cool piece. More ERD. This one is an insane 10 cell piece. It almost has like a suede kind of look and feel to it with this wild print. Oh, what do you know? More ERD with crazy, creepy prints. This one's like a white overprint on like a cotton shirt, so it's a little stiffer. This one is actually Rick Owens. It actually kind of like feels like some scrubs or something because it's got this straight collar, no buttons. The buttons are actually in the back here, and then it's just like a cotton short sleeve in black. This one right here is actually a sheer silk piece by Saint Laurent. I picked this up at their outlet for like nothing, essentially, and it's actually like a really good shirt. All right, that's the end of the short sleeves right there. We're into long sleeves. First up is this crazy oversized Balenciaga like painter's jacket, but it's got the Power of Dreams print on the back. It's got some huge stains on it, so I got it for super cheap. Whatever. Burberry check. You're noticing a pattern here. The Burberry check stuff is just great for a professional setting. This is one of my favorites for when I'm like going to a wedding, I need an undershirt for a suit or whatever. This is also Alexander McQueen, but it's got like all these contrasting types of stripes here in black and white. It's super striking. This one is like a printed piece. Like you've got this print down at the bottom here. And this one's by Christian Dada, who are a super underrated Japanese brand, I think I would say. Mandarin collar, I always love that. So this is a really interesting piece. Honestly, I've got some stuff just in case I need to look like more, I don't know, businessy. Like this is a random thing I thrifted. Another random thing I thrifted by Jay Lindeberg, like patchwork stuff. Charles Tierhuit. And you get some really interesting stuff. Like this actually is an older Kenzo piece with this print at the front. It's like legit denim. That's a very cool piece. This one is by Isamu Katayama Backlash. It is entirely made of pigskin with this dye on it. There's a video about that. It's insane. Oh man, one of my favorite button downs. Super underrated. This is by Paul Smith Mainline, and it's like kind of a denim, dark type of blue shirt, but it has this patch right here at the side with a kind of, I don't know, like vegetable and fruit scape with a little bug here. People go nuts for this. When I'm wearing this at the office, older women, you know, they're like, wow, look at that shirt. It's a good one. Burberry check shirt, naturally, with a rainbow going down, because I'm an ally, okay? This one is really cool. This is like an older Bottega Veneta piece. Where is it? There we go, Bottega. The print on this is insane. Like I could see ERD doing something like this and it working really well. So I really like this piece. Oh, actually, one of the first kind of designer button downs I ever got for work was this one by Comme des Garçons. Which line is it? En plus. And it's like a dark green with polka dot at the front. And actually the buttons, wherever they are really nice, like metal, bronze. So cool. I love this one. Even though I'm not crazy about this designer, this Craig Green shirt is awesome because it's like, I think there's some linen to it maybe, but it's got like drawstrings and a hood, which keeps it like dressy but casual at the same time. This one is just straight up too punk for work, but it is technically a button down, so I keep it. This one is by LGB. Same deal with the 14th edition layered distressed flannel piece. The Japanese archive is just too intense for the corporate shills, you know? But on the opposite end of the spectrum, a great one is this Jill Sander piece with this like, I don't know, hexagon honeycomb thing all over in blue. This piece is incredible. Really cool kind of like military inspired piece. This is an older Givenchy piece. I love this, I guess like embroidery, patches, whatever you call it, around the collar. It's very nice. Almost at the end here. Some of my favorites are in here though. Okay, so the first one here, ERD, sheer silk floral, love it. Also silk with cherry blossoms, again by Christian Dada. I love this one, this bandana piece from Vivienne Westwood, Anglomania, the like paisley bandana thing, so dope. ERD, silk cartoon print. Oh my God, I thrifted this one. I've never worn this yet. Okay, it's coming, and I haven't shown it on the channel. Yeah, that's the button closure right there. You see it buttons up, and then oh my God, that's insane, right? That's one of the craziest things I've ever seen. I couldn't not buy it. A really great piece for like a corporate setting is this one by Saint Laurent. Just like a nice tasteful pattern, kind of psychedelic, you know? ERD wool and silk checkerboard piece, insane. This one is actually by the Viridian. It's super long, layered mandarin collar. I really like this one. This one's honestly more of a jacket by GmbH. It's got these huge spread collars, zippers at the chest, just insane. More Saint Laurent. This time it's just straight black, super tasteful. A really weird layered Comme des Garçons shirt piece. It's like a black t-shirt here, but then with like, I don't know, dress shirt, checkered arms. Weird. Love this piece. This one is Saint Laurent. I think it's made of Ramy, and it's got all over star print. Not even print, it's like woven in. So dope. And my last button down here is a Rick Owens like island shirt with the kind of cowl going on here, wraps all the way around, zipper at the chest. That's just like a classic long line, really cool Rick piece. All right, but since we made it through all of that, that means that you get a prize. You get to see the blazer that I am wearing for my wedding. And I mentioned in the last video about the shoes for my wedding. Go check that out. I got some crazy shoes from James Kearns. I mentioned that I was going in a little bit of like a Japanese archive-y type of direction. Now, it's not one of the like crazy Japanese. It's not If 6 Was 9. It's not number 9. You know what I mean? I'd say it's a little bit more refined and tasteful than that in a way, but it is Bloodborne as hell. So wherever it is, wherever I can find it, there it is, right there. This is the blazer I'm wearing to my wedding, and it is by Takahiro Miyashita, the soloist. There she is, there she blows. This is the blazer that I found, and as soon as I saw this, I was just like, sold. Yes, going for it. I actually found a Yohji Yamamoto blazer before this one, and even bought it. I paid for it, and then the seller refunded me. They were like, oh, we don't have it anymore. So that led to months more searching. I was so bummed, but then I found this, and I was like, that is perfect. I was looking at a lot of like, I don't know, kind of velvet types of things, kind of tuxedo-y type stuff. And what I really liked is that this one, it has like the satin tuxedo lapels here with a little peak going on there. Really nice shape to those, but also kind of skinny, not over the top on those. And this really interesting closure right here, it actually doesn't close. There's no buttons or anything. This just stays open. And I think that's a really nice way that it sits right there. And you can also see that it's cut right there. It kind of extends and then it ends. So it gives it kind of like a cropped cut, even though it's not cropped. You can also see something hanging down here, and you might be like, what is that? Well, inside of this blazer, the entire thing is strapped out. It's got straps going throughout the entire thing. There's little like hooks for it. So you could just put these behind you if you want it, and it would be more standard. But you could, if you wanted, put these in front of you and have a very intense bondagey strapped up type of look, which is dope. Now, probably you notice right away the craziest thing about these. It's the thing that spoke to me right away. And that is what's going on with the sleeves, right? And this is the Bloodborne-iest part of the Bloodborne blazer, because it has like an almost armor type of look to it. A layered, like, I don't know, armadillo type of thing. Is that like a roly-poly bug type of vibe? You get down to the cuffs, by the way, just beautiful. Some buttons there, so nice. But these are just crazy. So you've got these little like eyelets here at each panel, and they layer each other. They sit on top. And actually, interestingly enough, they're open underneath. So if you're wearing like a long sleeve shirt, which you probably are under this, and you kind of, I don't know, bend your arm at the elbow, you start to see the shirt underneath. And it's really cool, the type of layers that you get going on with this. And that exists, you know, all the way around the arm. It's not a superficial element. It's really built like this with these layers. You know what I mean? It's got some really weird, interesting venting at the armpits. So odd, so cool. But they're not just any vents. They're a star, baby, if you look closely. The back has an absolutely gorgeous cut here. Takahiro Miyashita, he's years and years deep into his process of clothing design at this point. He knows how to build a jacket. So you've got this really nice shaping boning almost that's going on around here with these different panels at the back. It's very nicely shaped, but not overdone, I would say. And you also get a beautiful little vent going on there. And then at the inside, we already saw the straps that are going on. You also have velvet inside the neck, makes it sit really nice. It's like legit velvet, super nice. And the piece is like fully lined here, but it's a very light, I would say. I'm guessing this is just like a cotton lining. And you've got multiple pockets going on here. And finally, you see the tag there, Takahiro Miyashita, the soloist. This is not like a new soloist piece. I think 2017, if I remember correctly. I'll put it in here. I'll show you the look. And this one is a size 48, so supposedly like a medium, but you'll see it does not fit like that, but it's all good. I like things that fit small. And this one, the outer is 100% wool. The lining is cotton and silk. That's what it is. And partly lambskin. Ooh. And guess what? Soloist Inc., they make it in Japan, like a good Japanese brand. It's always a bummer when the Japanese brands don't actually make it in Japan. It's like, why even be a Japanese brand at this point? We love Japan. So, my friends, that's the blazer for my wedding day, my special day's blazer. But now you got to see what it looks like. We got to put this thing on, see how it feels, how it fits, give you a vibe of what we're all about here. So let's do it. So obviously for my wedding, I am wearing like a full suit with this. It's a tailored look, and I'm also going to save that look for my Patreon as well, on top of the wedding itself. But for this video, I wanted to try it in a more streetwear context. So obviously we've got the blazer, but underneath the blazer we need a shirt. And I am going to go with this vintage number 9 white t-shirt. It says Borderline on it. Obviously Takahiro Miyashita, he's now at the soloist who made this blazer, but he also made this t-shirt. For pants, we're going to go with one of my favorite standbys. This is a pair of like bootcut jeans with these studded pockets by Blind Date. If you've never checked them out, I would definitely encourage you to do so. And finally, to tie it all together, for the shoes, I'm going to do these bad boys. These are the archival slashed boots, I believe they're called, by Juntai Kim. And there's obviously so many insane details to these. It's like furry cowhide underneath these slashes. So dope. I'm so excited. Let's see how it all looks. All right, so let's see what we got for a non-wedding fit from my wedding blazer. I love a good streetwear fit with a blazer, so I hope this works out. Let's jump right in. First up, we have got the Blind Date pants. I did a video on them recently on another pair of jeans that they did and some other pieces. I've done a video on these. I love these things, like whatever model they use to make these, they're like the exact same size as me because these fit me perfectly. I wear them all the time. It's got a really nice like flared ankle, but it fits you nice and tight as it gets up towards the thighs. Obviously that studding is super up my alley as a punk rocker myself. And I just love that these guys who started by doing like designer and vintage resale, luxury reselling, are doing their own really awesome kind of like Japanese archive Dior Homme style stuff. And obviously that Japanese vibe is going to serve us well here. So moving right along, we're going to go for this number 9 t-shirt. This is a nice, simple white t-shirt by Takahiro Miyashita. Same guy that did the blazer we're going to wear. And it's just a nice vintage tee. Is this one vintage at this point? It's close. It's close, I'd say. Obviously the borderline print, very striking. It's also like cracked perfectly, but the guy I got this from, oh my God, he kept this pristine. Like this is, for the age of this piece, the white of this t-shirt is insane. Preserved Pieces on Instagram, check him out. And I'm really liking how these two pieces look together already. They work really well. I love the fit of this. It's kind of, I don't know, tighter and muscular around the chest and shoulders, but then a little bit more relaxed and long as it goes down. Yeah, I think this is like a perfect fit for me. But now I think these shoes, or boots, I guess is what the brand calls them, are going to class up the joint a little bit. So let's start adding in those tailoring elements that'll ease us into the blazer. So these are the Juntai Kim archive slash boots, black leather, but obviously with these slashes with the fuzzy cowhide underneath. So nice, and a huge stacked sole here. Real clonky boys. And listen, I'm not going to argue with the height boost that I get out of these. You can see now my head's suddenly touching the top of the screen here. And I know, like, so far, without the blazer, it's kind of incongruous. Like, they're a bit dressy, a bit, I don't know, Celine, right? Eddie Slama vibes for the rest of this fit. But I think we've got to take it over the edge and put on the blazer. So this is a blazer by the Soloist. I just love the armor vibes at the arms, and I hope it works here. Let's try it on. Let's see how it works. And god damn it, boys, I've done it again. I've done it again. The master at work. I'm not a master. I promise you I'm not a master. But really, I'm so happy with how this turned out. Suddenly, everything makes sense. Everything ties together. You know what? You know what actually could work really well with this is like some nice suspenders. Yeah, I could totally see some suspenders under this. But I love that this is like a skinny fit in the body, like it doesn't even close. It's not meant to close. There's no button or anything to close this up. It's supposed to kind of flare open, but it is small and tight up there. But then these long layered arms, just the proportions of this piece are stunning. It looks like hard and in your face, but also very, very clean. So this is kind of the more traditional, I guess, way to wear it, right? Just, it's your standard blazer, nothing special. But as I mentioned, there are all these straps on the inside. So right now, those straps are kind of behind my back, just chilling. But we could put those over the chest and see how it looks. And suddenly, you guys, I'm a sex symbol now. I'm sorry, I guess I gotta close up the channel, close up shop and move on, because I'm a sex symbol. I got bigger and better things to do, okay? I'm kidding, I'm not going anywhere, okay? But I love how this looks. I love the bondagey vibes. It just takes it to another level, in my opinion. I like tying it off kind of at the front, or just letting the straps hang down the sides. Also looks fantastic. And this looks way, way more streetwear to me. Suddenly, when you get that cross going over the chest, it adds an entirely different vibe to the entire fit. So is this what I'm wearing to my wedding? The rest of the fit, no. No, it is not. I think my family, my poor grandmother would not love seeing me walk down the aisle with a t-shirt that said borderline on it. But this is making me feel much more confident that this is a piece that's gonna work as I stand in front of my family and my friends and her family and her friends and tell them all, yes, we are getting married. We're together for life. Bonds of matrimony, baby. I'm ready. All right, that's the video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think of all this. What was your favorite piece? Let me know. Check out the other video on screen here. Like, subscribe, comment, do all these engagement-y things that help me in the YouTube algorithm, and I'll see you next time.